Hello everybody, you have me, 3-time world champion and professional natural bodybuilder, OCB champion, Mr. America champion, WMBF amateur and pro world champion, NBH_fit. And guys, the diet is dieting, so my energy is not the highest these days. It comes, it goes, it's ups and downs, but it's hitting a bit of the struggle bus now, so we're getting down to those last few months, last couple weeks, and sheesh. So, yeah. So instead of, the meals and all that, I'm just going to do some Reddit reviews. Let's go look at the Natural Bodybuilding subreddit, and I'm just going to answer some of the stuff on there and go through it with you. So, this should be fun. So, question here on Reddit, Natural Bodybuilding subreddit, we have, how do you combine lifting and cardio? Well, let's see, it's context dependent. So, typically in like an off season, cardio isn't something that you have to do or need to do. You can do it. If you want on an off season, I'd probably try and keep it minimal, but you could do a couple times a week. And then as far as cardio and lifting and prep, that's like how quickly you need to lose the fat. Some people can get away without. You can just manipulate your calories. But how do you combine it? It's kind of dependent on what your goals are and everything. So, difficult question, really, to give a straightforward answer to. But thoughts there. Another question. And this one pertains to me, actually. And so, I might have some good advice here. Whoa. Okay. Does anyone else get anxiety on leg day? And how do you learn to overcome it? Actually, yes. This is something way back in the beginning of bodybuilding that I struggled with. Back in the first couple years of lifting, I was, you're in that phase kind of where you can get better each workout, and that was like so ingrained in me is like, okay, this workout, we did this many reps with this weight. Next workout, we're going to either do more reps or more weight or both, So, and it really reached a point to where I did kind of have anxiety, like for certain workouts, like for deadlifting or for this, I became anxious and I would like think about it like days prior or like, oh, I did this many pull-ups and now I have to beat this. What if I don't? So it really became like this whole mental warfare going on. And I didn't really deal with it that well back then. I just kind of did the workout and hope for the best and maybe, tried to be as good as I could, and maybe that would sometimes result in like form, losing form or like stuff like that, or pushing through, maybe a little bit of like a pain in my forearm or something that maybe I shouldn't have. So how did I like kind of deal with it or overcome it? I just kind of started to realize and take like, I don't know if anyone could have really told me anything back then that would have helped me get over it. I think it's kind of something you kind of learn and you have to like kind of get to on your own. Because if you're already experiencing that anxiety, I would like, for me, like what kind of got rid of it is just like not taking each workout so seriously and like I have to progress or I have to be better. Like, yes, I still want to, and that's the goal, but like I don't put so much pressure on it. You're just working out, you're just training, like it's not a big deal if you don't do as many reps or you can't do as much weight. So getting over the anxiety on leg day, I would just like say try and not put so much pressure on it. I mean, that's just kind of what I learned to do, and that kind of started with, okay, maybe I'm just going to take an extra day and train calves and abs before I have to do my leg workout. Or, you just have to kind of go into it with a different mindset, I think. So, yeah, we're just firing these. I'm probably not going to do any editing here, and you're just going to get the answers that are coming to me now, which they might be good, they might be bad. but we're just trying our best over here. So let's see what other stuff we got going on in the subreddit. Why is there such a stark dichotomy between what mainstream websites and personalities preach and what natural pros actually do? And this goes into a little bit of a thing. So I've been lifting for close to 2 years now. I've followed splits you find on most big YouTube channels, upper, lower Arnold. This whole time I've seen big YouTubers and most people on Reddit advocate for 2 times per week frequency. They're all optimal, but are much better than the bro spit according to current mainstream way of thinking. I started digging a bit more into the science, which seems now to say it doesn't really matter. Everything is equally effective if weakening volume is equated. So then I wanted to see what pros actually do. I checked out a couple dozen channels of the longevity podcast and realized a lot of pros use bro splits. Older guys, younger guys, it doesn't matter. It seems the majority have stuck with 1 weekly frequency and never got into the frequency head train. Why is there such a big difference in the online community versus what most pros do? Well, that's a good question. And I would say part of it has to do with when you're seeing pros, which are kind of who are in the mainstream, like these are people who are much further along in their bodybuilding or fitness journeys usually. So that's part of it. This says specifically personalities preaching what natural pros actually do. So I'm a natural pro and I do kind of my own thing just because I just kind of do that. But when there's drugs at play, like anything will work. So that's why you have some people like Ronnie Coleman who did heavy weights, middle, all of that. And then you have like Dorian Yates, who is like just a couple heavy sets. And then you have Jay Cutler, volume. It's all going to work no matter what, really, because the drugs are driving and fueling all of that. And you could train lightweight, you could train heavyweight. So that's kind of gets convoluted. And that's kind of, I think, even though like that's kind of a starting point for all of us, natural or not, you look to see what those people did and whether that's right or not, it's something. But yeah, that's kind of why over there, and that like has filtered in and is what most people see. But again, back to the whole thing is like a lot of what pros do isn't what they really probably started out doing. So like me right now, the way I train is not how I started out. And I try to explain that in videos prior and stuff because, yeah, if you see how somebody trains now who's a pro, they've probably been training a decade or 5 years, or they've been training many years. So that's part of it too. It's like you kind of develop a different way of training and you might, train a whole different way than you were when you're starting out. So I think that's part of it. And, yeah, so I don't really know what else more to say there, but good question. Let's see. Glute Focus compounds. We'll probably do like 5 to 8 Reddits for now, and then see if you guys like this video, and then maybe do some more. In a separate video. Glute Focus compounds to replace hip thrust. I would say just like any kind of like wider stance, squat, leg press, hack squat, glute focus compounds. I don't know what the person is considering compound, but like lunges, barbell lunges, Bulgarian split squats in the Smith machine or barbell, hack squat, feet wider out, just barbell low bar squats. The hip thrust like machine if you have at the gym, but I guess they're trying to look to replace that. But yeah, lunges, wider stance, low bar squats, good mornings, RDLs, Romania deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, regular deadlifts, anything there. So let's do a couple more and then, yeah, see if you guys like this video and I'll try and crank some more of these out for you. Question for competitors. How long do you take off between shows? Well, that kind of depends. If you're just doing one show, then probably it depends on feedback, depends on what you're trying to do with competing. So if you're just like doing it to kind of feel out competing, I'd probably just not take off and do a couple shows if they're a few weeks together, or, you know, and then but if you're like talking about off season and like, let's say the feedback you received is like you need bigger, you know, muscles or something that's like, you know, size related as more so than conditioning, because conditioning you could just get better by dieting longer. But if you get feedback like, you know, you need to be bigger, or your arms are too small, or, you know, you need bigger legs or something like that, that's going to take time. And this is in the natural bodybuilding subreddit, so I'm assuming this person's natural. So, you know, it could be a few months. You could need a year or more off season. It just kind of is going to depend on where you're at and what, you know, that feedback was. Another one here. Let's look for some more. Cutting while injured. I jacked up my shoulder and it's making it very hard to lift with intensity. I'm cutting right now and I'm wondering if I should go to maintenance calories until the injury is healed. I've seen a lot of content talking about how you risk muscle loss on a cut if you're not presenting enough of a stimulus, or perhaps this is overblown and I could lift easier and stay in a calorie deficit. So without having like full context of what is going on here, if you're injured, I would question, why are you cutting now? Are you just cutting because what's the reasoning for the cut is first off. And not knowing any of that, I would say cutting while injured, I would not probably be doing that. If anything, I wouldn't really be trying to cut or bulk. I would just be more focusing on trying to just maintain. You don't really want to be in a deficit, because now you're not fueling your body properly. It's probably going to prolong the healing process of whatever injury you have. So I wouldn't be worried about cutting if you're injured. I would, if anything, maintenance, maybe a little bit more calories, you know, just because you want to fuel yourself properly and be able to like heal that injury and like allow all the nutrients and all the food that you need and all the rest. So cutting while injured, probably something I would not do. Let's do one more. Forearms. Where do I incorporate forearm training? So here's my 4-day split that I cycle: back, chest and shoulders, arms, legs. Recently started using straps for back training. Great results in back, but I'm starting to lose grip strength at a significant rate. I want to increase forearm size as well, but where do I incorporate it so that I'm not sore doing back and arm training? Also, is forearm hypertrophy training enough for strength? Okay, so interesting question here. So this person is looking to train their forearms, get bigger forearms. They're having a 4-day split. So they're training back, chest and shoulders, arms, and legs. If you're stuck on that 4-day split, I would probably add forearms to tack it on somewhere to your back day. Stuck to a 4-day split, my opinion would be to, I don't know why, maybe there's a reason for the 4-day split, but if you're not like married to that 4-day split, I would make it a 5-day split and maybe go back like kind of like I'd throw in some kind of accessory or rest day there where you train like calves, abs, and forearms. So that's what I would do. So then you can like really have a day where you are just like, don't have any other worries. You can put all your effort because you're really trying to grow the muscle group. So yes, you could do forearms on like after chest and shoulders or after legs or something. But if I were you, I would probably just try and add in another day and make it like a 5-day split if you can. And just dedicate a day to that. Probably I would go back, chest and shoulders, arms, then your accessory day, then legs. Just so, you know, you have a few days in between, you know, to train your forearms, you do legs, and then you'll be ready to hit back again. And then I want to increase forearm size, but where do I incorporate it so I'm not sore doing back and arms? Yeah, I would do it. I would add a day if that's a possibility there. Let's see what else we got. All right, we'll do one more post, and we'll look at this person's, I guess they're doing a physique post. And first ever Whitney Jones Natural Classic 2024. So they self-coached through everything as usual. That's awesome. Grabbed my second win for the year in a different federation. Did Classic 2. 8th year of training. 4th show ever. Wow. So this guy looks really good. I'll show you guys up here. But, yeah, I guess they're just posting about their achievements. And that's great. Guy looks great. You look great. Awesome job. We'll do, I guess, one more. So this is a good last question. Dumbbell lat back training. If I only have access to dumbbells and want to train my back, would doing a vertical row pull-ups along with the horizontal row bent over dumbbell row changing technique for targeting lats versus mid back be enough? Also, I really like doing low close grip cable rows for my lats when I'm at the gym. I was wondering if mimicking this exercise with dumbbells will work, i.e. holding a dumbbell with 2 hands bent over like a barbell row. Would this be a valid exercise? I feel like I can hit the mid back with bent over rows. Just worried about the lats. I don't love unilateral exercise like single arm dumbbell row, but doing it be dumbbell arm still target the lats as effectively. So I actually just did a video where I was kind of doing back and lat training with dumbbells. I do have a barbell, access to a barbell. It appears this guy does not, but yeah, pull-ups, and you can do a whole lot and get in a really solid back workout with, I would say, yeah, dumbbells and pull-ups. You know, add weight to your pull-ups. You can do weighted pull-ups, dumbbells if you have access to a bench, chest supported row. So I would do weighted pull-ups are great. Pull-ups, neutral grip, you could do 4 sets of overhand, couple sets of neutral grip, couple sets of chin-ups. So I'd vary the grip there. You could get in a great workout there. You can, play around with tempo. You could play around with like 1 1/4 reps. So like pull up, go down a little bit, pull up again. So you could do pull-ups, and then if you only have access to dumbbells, I do like a single arm dumbbell row, but if that's not your thing, I get that. But yeah, you could do just standing there. Maybe like it would probably be better to like rest your head on like the back of a bench when you're doing it if you want to go 2 arms at a time. Or you could do, chest supported dumbbell rows. Those are great. But yeah, you could like really just hammer the sets with those 2 exercises, and you probably get a pretty awesome back workout. Is it going to be the best? Like, probably not, but I don't know what your goals are or anything like that, but you could definitely get in a really solid back workout doing that. And, you say you go to the gym when you're able to close grip cable rows. Yeah, you can always just do a few other exercises when you're at the gym for back, but wouldn't worry about that else too much. But I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna probably try and do these going forward, just to wrap this up. Reddit reviews, Reddit stuff, because yeah, I think it's cool and I like going through Reddit, and you guys can have my advice and I can answer some questions, do some physique stuff. And yes, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm not gonna ramble on any longer. I'll still try and show you guys maybe some of my dieting, some of my training, but it's really just the same stuff over and over. And I don't know if you guys like it. I think you do, but to me it seems like you already saw me work out I don't know. But I guess I can try and do still some of that. But yeah, I don't know how much of that I'm going to be dropping going forward. Maybe more stuff like this. So, hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. And that's it from You Know It, 3-time world champion and professional natural bodybuilder. Say it with me. Say it with me. Say it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. NPH_fit.